everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk you through what I'm doing in Feb. I am walking / running 300 miles over the whole course of February outside of the dog walking. So over 28 days I need to do 10.8 miles a day outside of the dog walking. Now the dog walking for me accumulates about 2 miles. So every day I'm going to be doing about 13 miles. Which I'm like, okay, isn't horrific. But the fact that I've got no training, I am not training throughout the month of January. I am just going to go into this hoping for the best. Now, this is all in aid of Mabel. I'm hoping by the time this video goes up, there will be a video on Mabel, so you will know what's going on with Mabel and all things like that. But for anyone that hasn't seen the Mabel video, she is a 7-month-old German Shepherd puppy who my customer / friend decided to get. And both myself and another friend, when we first met her, both looked at her and went, "What's up with her hip?" Thankfully I know these people very well, so I think I turned around and went, "What the fuck's wrong with her hip?" Because, you know, I can get away with that. Both the girls were kind of like, "Well, yeah, we kind of saw that, but we weren't really sure if that was just..." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I've never really seen like a young German Shepherd puppy. I mean, when we took Lexus on, he was already 6 months old, so he was, and again, he was quite big. When we took Bella on, she was already well over a year. So it's like, well, she could just be in like the really fucking god-awful, ugly, gangly stage of puppies." And so I said to them, I was like, just ask the vet at her second jabs and just be like, "Look, did you think her hips were all right?" Oh, fuck knows. I mean, I'm not studied for, well, god awful, I don't know how many fucking years. So they asked the vet was like, no, that fucking hip's fine, whatever, it's good. Obviously gave her a jab, boff would fuck off. Come a few months down the line, things still didn't seem right. So back to the vet, they took her off. My friend said, yeah, you could hear her fucking like screaming and shit. And the back room as the vets tried to like stretch out her legs and all of this jazz. And they've gone, no, yeah, something's definitely fucking wrong this time. And moved her onto a specialist. So from there, obviously she's gone on to the specialist, she's had x-rays, all of this jazz. Yeah, she needs double hip replacement surgery. And at this point, she was probably 5 months old when they've turned around and gone, yeah, she needs double hip replacement surgery. She has absolutely no hip joints. And that's $7,000 a hip. Let alone the fact that, as we have now found out, they seem to quite often break femurs while doing hip replacement surgeries, which can range from anywhere, I believe, from $3,000 to another 6. So it's an expensive thing to have a dog with fucked hips. The insurance are now refusing to cover because they believe it's a pre-existing condition, because when I suggested to them to just mention to the vets about her hips at her second jab, they hadn't got the insurance out yet. Obviously because they were just going for a second fucking jab. They were more than happy to pay for the second jab. They hadn't yet got the insurance out. The vet decided to leave a note on the system mentioning hip dysplasia because they had asked if her hip was alright, because it looked a little sunken in. Because of this, the insurance now like, you can get fucked, we're not paying for anything. So £900 in debt with the specialist because the insurance won't cover anything. Okay, her maximum was £4,000, but that's still £4,000 towards a £7,000 hip surgery that would have done us very well. That they, well, I mean, okay, it would have been like 3,100 by the time they paid the rest off, but even so, that's still more than we're starting with. So they're not paying out. We now have to find all the money. And Mabel is in a lot of pain every single day. But at the same time, many vets do not wish to do surgery until she's at least a year old, which I totally get. I personally, again, completely agree with them on that. And I don't think she should be any younger than 12 months before she has her first surgery, because she still has so much growing to do. And if we do it too early, are we inevitably going to have then have 3 surgeries because one hip is going to be too small? So we're in a bit of a predicament, but I've decided throughout the course of February to be walking this stupidly large amount of miles in order to hope to raise some money. I did think about shaving my hair off again, but it's fucking cold at the moment. So I'm just going to ruin my feet instead. It seemed like a good idea at the time, like 1st of Jan, yeah, it'd be great. And the shit I do. So come the 1st of Feb every single day, unless of course I'm a really lazy fart and then I decide the next day I will do 20 odd miles, I'm going to be doing 10.8 miles. Most likely at the gym on the treadmill, walking or running. I'm going to film it. There will be YouTube videos on it every single day while I'm walking or running. If I do decide to run outside, I'm going to put the GoPro on so you can see that. Only because obviously it's probably going to be something different and you don't actually have to watch me walk or run. You can actually just kind of enjoy the scenery. But otherwise, that is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the donation pages in my descriptions for all the videos throughout all of February. If you can donate, that's absolutely incredible. If you can't, that's not a problem. We are trying to hit 10,000 followers on TikTok to be able to join the Creator Fund, to be able to fund her surgeries that way. She also has a YouTube. If you can follow the YouTube and just, you know, like her videos there in order to hopefully get enough subscribers to again be able to join the Creator Funds there, to be able to just monetize her videos rather than having to ask people to spend out on their hard-earned money. If we can monetize videos, we would much prefer to do it that way, because then we don't have to ask people and we can just create content with her and do it that way. But right now we can't. We don't have the numbers yet. But her first surgery is booked for the 10th of March. She will only be 10 months old. So we are looking at postponing that. It was originally January when she, you know, she would have been 7 months old, and we were like, it's way too early. So we've managed to get it right now for when she's 10 months old. We are hoping to push it back until sometime end of May, because her birthday is in the beginning of May. So at least then she will be 12 months old, and then hopefully we can get another x-ray, we can see how her hips are looking, see whether or not she's managed to build up a good amount of muscle, because again, if she doesn't have the large amount of muscle, then she's going to struggle with the hip replacement. So we're hoping that everything eventually just kind of ties together. But yeah, that's that for the time being. So yeah, if you can, head over to Mabel's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, everything you can. If you can engage, that does really help. And I know you hear that from every YouTuber, but in this instance, you know, we need to raise over £15,000. You know, it's £14,000 for both hips. It's £900 just for the specialist, you know, that we're in debt with right now. And then it's those added extras of what goes wrong, which in our case something most likely will go wrong. So, but anyway, yes, thank you ever so much for watching. Please do help out if you can, and I will see you in a more cheery and upbeat, most likely gym video. Bye.